Aries, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I am going to be doing a June reading for you, okay? So this is your monthly reading for the month of June 2025. This is what I'm asking of you throughout this video. It's going to be a long one because I'm going in depth. It's thorough, okay? I'm asking of you to please use your discernment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to make anything fit. Sometimes when I'm talking about what I am offering up as a romantic love message, sometimes it'll resonate as like a friend or a family member or a coworker. So again, that's how you need to take things as they resonate. If this isn't your reading, then that's perfectly fine. If you have different goals in mind for the month of June, you do you, boo. Okay, we're all adults here. That's my second thing, is that we are all adults. This message is intended for adults, so you use your adult discernment, your intuition, your goals, your experience to make your decisions, okay? I am going to start, so announcement, I'm going to start a new series starting next week. It's Aries and your person, but they're all going to be individual reads throughout the zodiac signs. So from Aries to Pisces, there will be an individual video for each and every single romantic love situation that you have with your partner. You can use their sun sign or their Venus sign, okay? So for example, if you're an Aries dating a Taurus, I will have a video dedicated towards what's going on with you and your Taurus lover, okay? All right. Let's get to it. So for June, guys, for those who are new here, sometimes I cuss. I am my own authentic self. It's taken me a long time to find my voice, to find my footing, and to feel comfortable in that. So if you feel like you want to judge me, you got to go somewhere else. You are not welcome here. Cool. So let's start with career and finance. Spirit, thank you so much for your time and for your energy. Help me deliver a clear and concise message to those watching. Should anything negative pop up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me, and I don't want it on the viewer, and I definitely do not want it in my household. Okay, Aries, for the month of June, what does career and finance look like? The future is being unlocked. Wow, the future is being unlocked. So I get future locked, and then I get flashback. Let's read these. Straight off of the future card, I'm immediately, and I've said this before when I got this future card in the past, I'm getting the movie The Labyrinth. Most specifically when she says to Jarrett, she says, "You have no power over me." I feel this is you getting out of a lack mindset with money. If you grew up kind of feeling like money was hard to come by, or you saw that in your parents or whatever, and you just want to live at this point, and throughout June, the energy is like, I want to live things differently. I don't want to avoid paying my bills just because I have anxiety over paying my bills. I don't want to avoid calling this bill collector just because that's like a hard conversation to have. I don't want to avoid going to the, what is it called? The person that helps you with your finances or whatever, financial advisor, just because that's an uncomfortable conversation and meeting to have. Starting June, it's like, no, facing these head on. They know these energies, the energy that you're giving money, which has been a lack. For those, take what resonates. I feel like I need to say that already for somebody. A kind of a lack mindset, meaning like, it's like, oh man, how am I going to pay these bills? Maybe, you know what, I'll pay that bill later, because I just don't want to have to deal with the phone call of them saying that you owe me $250 and you're like, I can give you $175, you know, like stuff like that. But now you're like, no more, I'm not giving any power to that. And the anxiety and the depression over my finances no longer have power over me. I have power over it, and I am going to take hold of the energy of money and move forward. That's starting in the month of June. It says the future, plan for future while living in the present. You're always supported by spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring your prosperity. See, so it's like you're leaning on the intuition of your spirit, no longer the 3D experiences that you've had with money. You just might have not been from a super well-off family. And even if you were from a well-off family, there might have still been stigma that you grew up seeing around money, and you're just releasing that starting in June. It says locked, but the lock is unlocked, and there's a key in there. So I think that's interesting. Let's see what it says. Work you want may not be in reach now. You can take a temporary position while waiting an opening. Your new place offers job security. So for those who work for other people, you might just be kind of in a holding pattern while Spirit, for the month of June, while Spirit is moving things around in the ethers for you in your reality, so that potentially come July, or even the end of June, come July, August, September, boom, you're here. You're right where you were meant to be this whole time. So Spirit might just be kind of, for those who work for other people, Spirit might just be kind of putting you just sit here for a little bit. Let's make enough money to pay our bills. You continue to work through the alchemizing your energy in money, and Spirit's like, I'll be over here working this situation for you so I can open doors for you in your future. Okay. It says flashback. People from the past return. You may work with previous coworkers or take back an old job. You get a second chance. You know what I'm getting off of this? Because I didn't initially want to put this flashback card with the money card. I get that. I get that somebody that you used to work with is returning in your life, and it might not necessarily be for you to work with them again. It's the idea of maybe, and take this for what it is, take this as a note that you write and you keep it in your back pocket for later, okay? I feel like for some of y'all, there's going to be a coworker. Somehow you worked with this person and they're going to come back and they might be a friend to you now. Like you run into somebody, or Facebook suggests this person that you used to work with, and you're like, oh, there's Bob. I don't know. There's Bob. I haven't seen Bob in a long time. You connect with Bob, and then now y'all become friends. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like that's potentially happening for some of y'all. Others of y'all, you can take the words at face value. It says people from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. And it could be that you have a friend that works over here at this job that's lucrative, and you don't know about this lucrative job or this job potential yet, because right now you're just working something, not just, but Spirit has you working something that's helping you pay the bills, while they set up this opportunity with a friend who might unlock a more prosperous job opportunity for you. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Let's see, for the month of June, spiritually, what kind of karma are you dealing with? Exploration. Bravely open and connect. It's time to get to know others better. Learn something new about the people in your life and allow them to learn something new about you. I'm really getting this idea that Aries, in the last couple of months now and in the next couple of months, you will be creating a new friend group around you, a new spiritual tribe around in your reality. And so Spirit is saying like, hey, connect with those people. Don't be afraid to, go out to drinks with those people, or go to brunch with those people, or invite them over, have, go to a housewarming, or, whatever the case may be. Because there's positivity in that energy of the friendship and the exchange. All right. So I think that is, I don't think what I'm getting off of that is those new friend groups, those gatherings are gifts to you from Spirit to help you heal and to help you uplift and ascend in your life in this chapter, especially setting you up for success for 2026, right? Because 2020, the last handful of years have been pretty hard for a lot of Aries out there. 2023, 2024, especially hard. 2025, a lot of people did breakups and divorces and still going through that. So Spirit's giving you little glimpses of via blessings, via earth angels, via new friends, via kindred spirits on purpose so that you can maintain a higher vibration throughout your life. Okay. All right. So for June, what other sort of karmic events are the Aries working through, or will they be noticing, seeing in their reality? Listening, exploration came out again, and y'all saw me shuffle the heck out of these cards. So it could be also traveling for you guys in the month of June. And it could be a short travel. So like, for example, I live in Houston, and Galveston, the beach, in other words, is like just over an hour away. So when you hear tarot readers say, you might be traveling, I see traveling in the future, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be going from here to Easter Island, or wherever you are to, across the world. Sometimes it could be a staycation, you just go to the nice hotel downtown, or it could be just going an hour away, getting even away from your family and your kids just for the day, taking yourself on a spa day. It could be that. And June is the month to find yourself again through exploration. Okay, so that's prominent for the month of June. So just keep hold of that energy, and then definitely lean on it when given the opportunity. Okay, because it's going to be healing for you. It says higher ground. Rise above the noise. Try not to take things personally. Sometimes we are just actors in other people's drama. Lord, I already know exactly where this is going. Avoid getting stuck into negativity. Some of y'all are dealing with some people who have problems on their own, and they are projecting said problems onto you. Coworker, family members, ex-lovers, current lovers, kids, older kids, adult kids, you know what I mean? Neighbors. Yeah, being threatened by you rising and growing in your life as a person, maturing, doesn't matter how old you are. Misery loves company. And a lot of the time, I was just thinking about this as I was cleaning my closet earlier today. Some people really want you to fight. Some people's love language is fighting. Some people live in anger here, and they live in anger here, and they're stuck in that vibration. And so they want somebody to fight with them. And then when you're just like, I'm not, yeah, honey, I'm over that. You're still stuck on that? Or that's still upsetting you? Like, ew, like you're starting to see people. And I said this in a couple of readings, like you're seeing people's masks fall off. And so a lot of Aries are just seeing the abrasiveness of others very easily. And you're just like, no, I'm going to stay away from that. And that's exactly what Spirit is saying for you to continue to take the higher ground. Continue to take the higher ground throughout the month of June. You might see even more of that energy of people trying to get you back into your old self. Like I've got very heavy Sagittarius in my chart, in my birth chart. Some of you guys don't know, but I'm a double Aries sun and Aries rising, and I'm a Libra moon. So like I expect you to meet me with respect, because I'm going to always meet you with respect until you put baby in the corner, until I feel threatened. You see, I was clapping my hands because I don't like that energy. I don't like to be problematic, because guess what, baby? Shawnee can be problematic, and I don't like that shadow aspect of myself. And I don't like being around people that bring that shadow aspect of myself out. So I'm protecting myself. And so I'm sharing this with you because this is what Spirit is asking you to recognize, the shadow aspect of yourself. People that trigger you, just know that what they're doing is they're projecting. And so kind of just stay away from it. I used to went towards the beginning of my ascension and healing, I used to just ignore people. And I think that helps. I don't think, throughout my experience with a very, very, very strong, two very, very strong covert narcissists in my life, that is the way to handle that. But for other people who don't necessarily identify as like a true narcissist, just people with problems, the response to, for me personally, to ignore is not necessarily the response, but I will call you on your shit. Meaning, so if somebody is talking passive aggressiveness, no way, baby, I cannot do that. So if somebody's being passive aggressive towards me, I'm gonna let them know, like, wow, that sounded, I don't know if you meant for that to sound the way that it did. Or it kind of is giving me the impression that you're very upset about this and I'm not upset about it. So can we have this conversation when everybody's kind of cooled down, and then we can have an adult conversation about it? I really want to communicate with you, but right now it doesn't seem like you want to communicate with me. Right now it almost seems like you want to argue, and I don't want to argue. Stuff like that. I've had to start incorporating that in my vernacular, phrases to use in order to diffuse and to meet an adult as an adult, right? All right, so, and it usually throws people back and it makes them even more pissed, especially if they're negative Nancy all the time. But just know that Spirit is saying that's potentially happening in June. So stand your ground, stay in your power. She is clothed in dignity and grace. That's what I'm going to say. And I know not everybody is a she. I'm just saying a quote. Okay. All right. Listening. And here, this is probably the same thing. It's like you're listening. I'm just going to go off of this. Like you're listening to this person's, and then I started, the breath work that just happened just now is like how I breathe after I've had a good cry. So two things off of this listening card. You're going to be able to, by listening first and not reacting, not responding right away, you're going to be able to identify the person that has a problem that they're projecting on you. The second part about it, I think somebody is in your reality going to be going through a hard time in the month of June. And so Spirit is saying, be that listening ear for them. Protect your energy as well, but still be that listening ear. I think that's circling back to the idea of friends, kindred spirits, tribe, a new tribe that you're creating, somebody in your somebody in your energy, honey. This is Shawnee trying to struggle to speak today. Somebody in your energy is going to need a listening ear. Okay. It says listen generously, look around and see the messages that life is giving you. Heed the voice of your higher self. Listen to the wisdom and the life experience of others. There's going to be a lot of nuggets of information that you're going to be ingesting in the month of June to help you towards your ascension. So make sure that you, your algorithm is on your social media and on YouTube and all that other stuff. Yeah, like maybe stay away from watching world news for, a while, or limited, or even local news, limited. Just basically take a look at what it is that you are ingesting through listening and hearing and seeing, and make sure that it's something that's uplifting for you. There are going to be messages out there. You're going to be learning a lot from others. You're going to be, so Spirit is saying, pay attention. They're going to be giving you downloads via things that you are hearing either through music or on TV, in videos, shorts, whatever it is. Let's move on to love for the month of June. All right. Oh, a lot of different messages. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential things happening in love for you in the month of June. So am I talking to Aries with options? Of course I'm talking to Aries with options. Aries always has options. Whether that be an ex that just will not leave your energy alone. Because you can always go back to, to that same shit in that old pot, right? You could always do that. Or it be you're walking through the grocery store and you're getting the looks, um, the coffee shop and you're getting the looks, and any one of those people, you could be an Aries and go up there and initiate and have options. Or it could literally be you have multiple lovers standing in front of you and you're like, option A or option B, right? All right, so it says that there's four cards jumping out. There's four different directions you can go in the month of June. You can go north, south, east, or west with love. But let's see what that actually means. Spirit, for the month of June, love, romantic love, please, Spirit, romantic love for the month of June. What does it look like for Aries, please? Eternal renewal. Eternal renewal. And look, there's a full moon behind this woman dressed in an absolutely gorgeous nightgown. This is just a really beautiful, beautiful card. She kind of looks a little bit like, I guess this is how, I was going to say this is how in the movies people are depicted as what they would wear on their like wedding night. But I'm also getting off of this like somebody who takes care of themselves. This woman doesn't have to be newlywed and is about to go into her bedchamber and pounce on her new husband or wife. It doesn't necessarily mean that. What I'm getting off of this is somebody who's taking care of themselves and is treating themselves like a luxurious, powerful being, a vessel of pure light. So you are learning to take care of yourself, Aries, and it is literally showing in this depiction. And that's probably why you've got choices throughout the month of June with which way you want to go in love. Eternal renewal. In the cycle of life, understanding breeds hope for what comes next. Yeah, you've just got an open, what is it, like an open dance book. Like back in a long time ago, they would have like dance books, these little books, and you would go to like a ball, and the men would approach the women and write down when they would like to dance with that particular woman, right? So you've got just like an open dance book. And then, so let's just say back in the day, people used to have little black books, right? And before we had cell phones, you had to write down everybody's number. If, you had your core friends and family that you knew their number by heart, but sometimes you'd go out, you make sure you had a pencil or a pen, and you make sure you had some paper, right? And so sometimes men would be depicted as having a little black book and would have all the women on there that they wanted to sleep with. So what am I getting? I'm getting options, the idea of options for you for the month of June. All right, so what does it look like? Tell me about, please, Spirit, tell me about romantic love in the month of June for Aries. Tell me what's coming towards Aries in the month of June in love. King of Swords in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the upright. Seven of Cups in the reverse. So the first option, and I'm being told to split these up. The first option is potentially an air sign. Doesn't have to be, with this King of Cups being a face card. I'm taking it as a person. Don't worry about it being a king. It can be a male or a female, but somebody heavily in masculine energy, or have a lot of masculine energies in their chart, i.e. me. I'm a woman, I'm she, her, and I have a lot of masculine energy in my chart. So I could be a King of Swords, but you don't want me to be a King of Swords in the reverse, because this person has a lot of negative to say, and ulterior motives, and they can be vindictive. And the King of Swords can be like the ultimate ass, definitely with narcissistic tendencies. This person is upset with you, Aries. I'm really getting that this potentially is an ex, somebody that you broke up with, somebody that you divorced. With the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I think that they are feeling like things are unfair, potentially from a legal something, like you're asking too much. And but this situation but the situation is going in the right direction with the 8 of Wands in the upright and the 7 of Cups in the reverse. Like, it literally says 7 of Cups in the reverse. You are heading in the right direction. So this is a side message for somebody who is dealing with a breakup right now. They are obviously upset because they think that you're asking for way too much, and they have this feeling like you're not even going to be able to manage it all. But ooh, screw them. You got this, Aries. We already talked about you being heading in the right direction. So this might be for some of you guys, where you need to take the higher ground, because you are going to be delivered to the higher ground anyways. Okay. So that's a side message for somebody. I did say that it could potentially be an air sign, but that person doesn't have to be an air sign. I described their characteristics. Who else is coming towards the Aries in the month of June? Romantic love, please. The Devil in the reverse. Ooh, look at this. Releasing. The Judgment card in the reverse. Somebody who was refusing to make a decision about you, Aries. Okay, so you could potentially be releasing a fellow fire sign, Temperance in the reverse. It could be a Capricorn. Yeah, Sagittarius is popping up on here twice. With the 10 of Wands in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, the Judgment in the reverse, and the Devil in the reverse. Here's the second. We're gonna go 4 rounds on this, okay? The second is a potential. Hold on. Is this a soul tie? Yes. Okay. Potential soul tie. I asked the question, is this a soul tie? You are in the month of June releasing a soul tie, very toxic attachment sort of thing. I've talked about this before. Like, this could have potentially been like your vice, very good sexual connection, or the sexual chemistry has always been there and it's been really strong. Not necessarily an intellectual connection, but it was animalistic, if you will. So you're releasing this soul tie with this person. It's because you're here spiritually, Aries, and this person was meant to come here spiritually with you, and they just weren't. And it's because you, in order to ascend, in order to heal, all of this stuff is super hard. It's very hard to do. And so you answered the call to heal yourself and continue to heal yourself. But this person was just like teetering on, did they want to? Did they want to? Did they want to? Hold on. Okay, y'all. That was one of my kids. It's summertime. That was one of my kids, the youngest. And the one thing that she said, hold on, let me move this over. The one thing that my youngest said, she's 5, she said, I'm not going to mess with her. So I feel like this is the other person's energy. I'm not going to mess. This person just is not going to mess with you. They feel heavily tied to you. They want to let it go too. If anything, it's potentially messing with their life. Temperance in the reverse, the 10 of Wands in the reverse. They're looking at how they want to solve the problem is by just staying away from you, Aries. And those Aries that I'm talking to about this is probably like, oh, all right, good. Stay away. You stay away and I'll stay away and we'll stay away together. Okay. But this was definitely a soul tie. You were meant to work through this karma with this person. Let's check on the third energy for you. The third energy, please. I'm seeing a trend and it's looking good. Third energy for Aries in romantic love for the month of June, please. Where are we at? All right. This other energy. Could potentially be a Cancer, water sign. We got the Chariot in the reverse. There could potentially be a water sign with you. Pisces, Cancer, or a Leo. Okay, so a water sign or a fire sign. So this is a different person, Aries, and they're just uncertain about how to make this connection work. They're in their head about you, Aries, with the Five of Wands in the reverse. They know that there is an opportunity here with you, Aries, especially with this Five of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the upright. They know that things are highly competitive for you, Aries. It's almost like, you know how I said, like, you always have options, you know, you can't help it. Like, you literally can't help it. And Aries isn't necessarily, we don't necessarily go out looking for love. Looking for love in all the wrong places. We've been there, we've done that. It's just that it kind of like, we attract people. Not to be an asshole about it, but that's just kind of like the truth. And this person knows it, whoever this person is. It's just that they've got some internal wounds. Five of Cups in the reverse that they are. It says that they're actively dealing with them, but I'm getting this feeling that, oh, the Empress in the bottom, the strength of, oh, okay, all right, so okay. Okay, Spirit, I got it. Okay, the Sun in the reverse. Okay, all right, but don't worry about the Sun in the reverse. I just got told the whole entire story. Potential Leo, potential Cancer, potential Pisces here, okay? I do have Scorpio as well. Don't worry about that. Just listen to the story, and if it relates to your reality, boom, there you go. All right, so this person is all up in their head about you. They find you attractive for sure. It's a sexual attraction right now. But we've got some other cards that say it goes deeper than that. They're just in their head. They're dealing with something in the background, that they're having to accept it for what it is and having to release it. And then they're going to have to recover. I'm getting Selena Gomez, Call Me When You Break Up. Is that it? Is it Selena Gomez? So, and then I was just listening to something else too. I can't remember the song. It's this like new age soul hip hop song. It was basically saying like, whenever you break up with a person that you're with, after you go through your healing, give me a call. That's not really what Selena Gomez says. She says something like, when you break up with the one that you're with, give me a call. I want to be the first person on your list, or something like that, right? So I feel like this person would be the one giving you the call after they broke up. The Empress in the upright, the Strength card in the upright, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Six of Swords in the upright, the King of Wands in the upright, and the Eight of Wands in the upright, followed by the Sun in the reverse. It might take a while. It might take a few months, Aries, with this person coming back around, but they are going to come back around because they've got some other stuff in the background that they want to, that they need to handle. They find you attractive. I wouldn't be surprised if you had an encounter, like an actual face-to-face encounter with this person in the month of June. I'm calling it. All right, let's see the fourth possibility for Aries in the month of June. The fourth possibility for Aries in the month of June. Romantic love, please, Spirit. Please and thank you so very much. Uh-oh. This one is way far in the back. Oh. This fourth opportunity is almost like one that you don't see coming, based off of how the cards were shuffling, and then what fell out was the World card. I don't know what's behind the World card yet. So a new chapter. Five of Pentacles in the upright, the Eight of, that's interesting. I say a new chapter, and then it goes Five of Pentacles in the upright and the Eight of Swords in the upright. Who is this person, Spirit? Don't make me pull some. Who is this person, Spirit? This fourth person, please. Who is this person? The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Wands in the reverse. The Six of Swords in the reverse. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can get some characteristic cards. I said, let me see if I can get some characteristic cards. I don't know if you could hear me when I turned my head. Okay, what the cards are telling me right now is there's somebody that's somebody else. But it almost looks like the first possibility. That first storyline that I gave you, this is somebody else. Or second possibility. The second possibility. It almost looks like the second possibility. Remember I was talking about the person who there's a strong soul tie with, and that person is just like, no, I'm not gonna come, and I'm not gonna mess with her, I'm not gonna mess with him, I'm not gonna mess with Aries, I want to move on from Aries. And you're like, cool, I want to move on too. This almost looks like that same scenario, with the Six of Wands in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So let's try to figure out who this fourth person is, because this could also be telling a story about this, a fourth possibility of romantic love for you. You don't know who this person is yet. You haven't met this person, and right now in their reality, they're going through some shit nuggets. Who is this person for the Aries month of June, please? Who is this person? And they're actually not being nice right now in their scenario. And it could just be that their buttons are being pushed. Who's this person, please? A friend. It literally says friend. An influencer. It's not me, guys. I'm not coming towards nobody, y'all. Magician. Whoa. A guide. Wow, this person is super spiritual. Could be a Leo. Potentially, guys. I got a lot of signs on the table here. I got friend, I got magician, friend, magician. I got influencer, I got guide. Two storylines. Listen up. First storyline. This is somebody that you don't know, that you don't even see coming, and they come out of nowhere, and this person is very highly spiritual. They're a master manifester, and they teach people how to do that. So they could like do Reiki healing, energy healing, something like that, and they step into your life somehow or another throughout the month of June, okay? And where does this situation go? For the Aries, where does this situation go? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And Nine of Swords in the reverse. The Hierophant in the reverse. The this could, a Ten of Wands in the upright. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, and then the Ten of Wands in the upright. This could potentially be somebody that takes you off the market, Aries. Okay? And then, so I know that there are some Aries that will watch love tarot readings and be like, I don't want love. Okay, cool. So then this is you, Aries. That's the second scenario. This is you. Being single, being free, befriending and connecting to your higher self with intention, purposefully, right? And becoming a master manifester, because you're alchemizing the energies of whatever it is, of love, of money, of success, of fill in the blank, right? You're starting to see things for what they really are. And you're influencing other people, regardless of if you know this or not. You're influencing other people. Like you and I could be doing the exact same thing on YouTube and have a spiritually led YouTube channel. But you're in this particular scenario, it's telling the story of you dealing with a whole bunch of BS and you pulling yourself out of that throughout the month of June. And you guiding other people through your testimony and saying, I had to work through this, I had to work through that, and then now I am, hold on. All right, guys, I got interrupted again. But it's okay because everything happens for a reason, and it's gonna bleed into this. Your ascension, your healing process has not been linear. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs as you become connected to your greatest and highest self, because of interruptions. Because of people and their problems projecting their problems onto you, and then sometimes pulling you back into old versions of yourself because their energy was triggering for you. But I see you throughout the month of June releasing that power. And we'll go back to the very beginning. You have no power over me, right? You're able to tell people. So the fourth option in love in this scenario is you being single and releasing the past of negative Nancy's and standing in your power, and that influences other people because you're elevating your energy. By proxy, it elevates those around you who are open to said elevation. It aggravates the shit out of people who aren't open to it, but you do you, boo. Screw them other folks, man. Or, we can love and light it and be like, sending you love and light. Or what? Or literally you can just be like, you know what? I don't have to deal with you. All right, guys, we're going to get one. I've got these postcards. I don't know if you've seen the postcards yet. I did them in a reading. I'm going to start doing these in readings on a normal basis, especially these longer ones. So I've been collecting these postcards since I was in high school, and I was in the military for 20 years. So I got quite a few postcards, although I'm pretty sure my collection could be more extensive than this. And I can guarantee you that I will start going back to collecting. I use these as a form of divination. I'm going to use these right now. I can't see what's on the pictures. I'm going to pull from the middle. Spirit, help me get one last exiting message for the Aries watching for the month of June. Something that they need to know for their greatest and their highest good. What you got? I know some of you guys are seeing some of the pictures pop up, but I'm not paying attention. All right, for their greatest and highest good for the middle. Thank you. Look at this. Guide my eyes. Guide my message. Clear and concise messages, please. You've been through some shit, Aries. And I said it before, the last few years have been hard. I woke up this morning, and one of the very first things that I did was I sat and read about my north and my south node, right? So your north node are the things, the lessons that you're supposed to work through in this lifetime. So for example, my north node is Cancer, and so I'm supposed to be able to stand steady in emotional maturity, become emotional mature, and in that maturity be able to handle my emotions and divvy out myself emotionally in a very responsible sort of way, but grow as a person and not be afraid of putting myself out there in vulnerable situations, but because I've grown mature in that, being safe and responsible and smart about it, right? And not and find happiness in here, find happiness and stability in my family life, and create a stable future for my kids and my lineage and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing. My north node. My south node is Capricorn. So your south node is telling you about the karma and stuff that you bring into this life based off of, if you believe in reincarnation, based off of past lifetimes. So in a past life, I was a very heavy like CEO type, like, in front of people, guiding people, leading people, but very serious, and almost a little stoic, not in tune with my emotions, and it left a rift potentially between myself and my family and my loved ones. I could have put job before all type of pleasure in my last life. What that helped me with in this lifetime is I'm always trying to find a way out of stuff, because I know that problem solving is very easy for me. I brought that energy into this lifetime. But I've had to have, especially 20 years in the military, I've struggled with work-life balance and making sure I've been there for my kids, being the type of mother, partner, woman that I need to be, and not just be completely enthralled, entrenched in work and entrepreneurialism and so on and so forth. So I'm telling you all of that to say that it's a good idea for you to bring up your birth chart, and find out where it is that you're supposed to be going in this lifetime, the things that you are supposed to be accomplishing, the challenges that you're supposed to be trying to overcome, triumph, and then have testimony with, and why it is that you are the way, that why you have these innate abilities and where they came from. And you'll find that in your South Node. And so obviously I looked that up for a reason. And how do I get all of that? It's because they're in the desert. And for me, whenever I see anything that it reminds me of Egypt, I always think of past life sort of thing. So that's what I got off of this. And then also too, this little boy on here. So this could be you really paying attention to your kids in the month of June, potentially bringing about a child in the month of June, like via adoption, surrogacy, getting pregnant yourself, but then also healing that inner child. So allowing yourself, remember with that exploration card that came up twice, allowing yourself to play in the month of June. It says memories on here on the back of the card. So I do really feel like it's not a bad idea for you to look up your birth chart. It's free, guys. Google it. They just want to know where you were born and when you were born, on what day, and so on and so forth. It says memories of Arabia. Camel with boy is what this is called. The numbers I'm seeing on here are 71, 17. So you might be seeing 71 or 17, 71, 17 a lot. Those are very heavily, for me, connected to the angelic realm. Something about Dubai might be important to some of you guys, and the Gulf might be important to some of you guys. I know I was talking about going to Galveston earlier in the video, so at one point in time, I guess we were calling that the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know what they're calling it now, but it could also be, and then for some reason I'm getting the Panhandle in Florida too, right? Oh God, the waters. Have you ever been to Destin Beach? Anyways, so I'm getting this idea of you going and putting your feet in some sand, being something that happens in your reality in the month of June, but definitely something that helps you ground yourself. Sands of time. Yeah, it's going to help you ground. It's unlocking like a DNA upgrade for you when you do that. Just take your shoes off and go put your feet in the sand, wherever that might be. All right, guys, that's what I have for you for the month of June. I hope that this message sat with you in the way that it needed to. I don't sugarcoat anything. So I don't know what to say to that. That's just the way I am, guys. I will be back. Remember, I said I'm going to start doing this whole thing with Aries and the person you're with based off of their sun and or Venus sign. So pay attention to that for next week. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.